Hey there, dudes and dudettes. Happy holidays. Or, for me, Merry Christmas. Gonna be very blunt about this. I love Christmas. It's one of my favorite times of the year. It gives me just a really good feeling inside, and I don't know why. It could be one of my earliest memories when I was just a wee little lad. I remember my mother and I would go to like my aunt's house and on Christmas Eve, and we were celebrating Christmas. Still remember a bunch of family and also family friends would come around. It's kind of like one of those Christmas songs you listen on radio, a sleigh ride or the most wonderful time of the year. Although I don't remember any ghost stories ever been told. Anyhow, Christmas reminds me the good stuff during my childhood. I have a couple traditions that I was doing when I was a kid, and to this day I still do that. I would listen to whatever Christmas songs on the radio, watch whatever Christmas specials or Christmas movies either I happen to have or at least find on whatever channel, TV, blah 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 blah. I remember it's just a Christmas classic. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you know, those stop motion animation. Let's see. Oh yeah, Santa Claus is coming to town. A Night Before Christmas. Oh, I love Night Before Christmas. Batman Returns. Yeah, Batman Returns is a Christmas movie.
Still, could be worse. My nose could be gushing blood.
Your nose could be... What do you mean by that?
I was a very strange child, let me be. So last year, I watched a lot more Christmas movies. A whole bunch I never got to watch and finally got around to last year. And now I finally get to review one of those Christmas classics that I watch. It's a Wonderful Life. Yep, I watched It's a Wonderful Life last year. Sue me. You know what? You know what I never got to watch? Lethal Weapon, Catch Me If You Can, Million Dollar Baby, Boogie Night, Children of Men, The Curious Case of Benjamin Buttons, There Will Be Blood, The Color Purple, Rio Bravo, A Close Encounter of the Third Kind, Big Trouble in Little China, etc., etc., etc. Again, sue me. Anyways, back to what I was saying before. It's a Wonderful Life. Should I even explain the plot? It's a Wonderful Life. Everyone should know It's a Wonderful Life. You may not seen the movie, but you know the whole tropes. You know everything that goes on. It's a Wonderful Life. It's probably one of the most used plot tropes in pop culture history. Fuck, it's as popular as A Christmas Carol. I'm gonna summarize it for you because you're gonna feel kind of stupid if you don't know what the fuck It's a Wonderful Life plot is. You know how it goes. Some schmuck is down in their luck, having a tough time, and whatever the extent.
Dear Father in heaven, I'm not a praying man, but if you're up there and you can hear me, show me the way. I'm at the end of my rope, right? Show me the way, oh God.
And they made some kind of witch saying, I wish I was never been born.
Yeah, so you still think killing yourself would make everyone feel happier, eh?
Oh, I don't know. I guess you're right. I suppose it'd been better if I'd never been born at all.
What'd you say?
I said I wish I'd never been born.
or something to that extent. And whatever positive influence or impact they have on other people in their lives, if they were never to make that wish, or to that extent again, hey, guess what? If your wires in there, everybody's life turned to complete shit. Everything is awful. Apparently the entire world turned into Mad Max, or that an alternative 1985 where Biff is rich. Although, could be the opposite, like in that one episode of Beavis and Butthead where apparently some angels show Butthead that if he never existed at all, everybody's lives would be absolutely fucking peachy. So it's kind of better off if he was never to existed. I really need to go and watch that show. I really love that show. Anyhow, back to what I was saying, you pretty much get the gist of It's a Wonderful Life, and it's a spectacular movie. No duh. Of course it's a great movie. Do you really need me to explain to you why it's a good movie? Yeah, I guess sometimes you do. Sometimes you need to tell people why a great movie is still a great movie. So why not? Let's analyze the fuck out of It's a Wonderful Life. One of the things that I think that it makes us a great film is the plot itself. That very iconic plot that practically every fucking media has used it. But It's a Wonderful Life was the first to do it, and I think does it better than, let's say, to most of them. The reason why, I think, let's go back to the beginning of the movie, where everybody in the town of Benford Falls is praying to God, or the Spaghetti Monster, I'm not so sure, to help out George Bailey, played by James Stewart.
I owe everything to George Bailey. Help him, dear Father.
Joseph, Jesus, and Mary, help my friend, Mr. Bailey.
Help my son George tonight.
He never thinks about himself, God. That's why he's in trouble.
George is a good guy. Give him a break, God.
I love him, dear Lord. Watch over him tonight.
I'm guessing God or Jack Kirby from the one issue of Fantastic Four. Well, the reason why I'm guessing, they don't really clarify that it's God. I'm guessing it is, again, not so sure. And Joseph! Yeah, they both want to have one of their angels to help out George Bailey, which is, well, probably the most famous screen character, Clarence. Before sending out Clarence, they have him go through flashbacks of George Bailey's life when he was a kid and up to a point in the beginning of the film. What I think works really well in the film is the whole flashbacks. We're getting more context, more information about the main character. Seeing everything that he'd done, all the sacrifices, all the decisions he made, is helping us understand the character a lot more. Throughout the first half of the film, George Bailey really want to get out of Benford Falls, travel the world, see everything. Of course, that never happens. He sacrificed all of that, and we know why he does it. Now, back to what I was saying earlier when I was talking about why this particular plot in this particular movie, I found it rather better than some to what have you of other interpretation of I guess maybe films, TV shows, media, whatever media, what have you. Now let's take an example of Glee. Yes, I said Glee. My girlfriend made me watch it. Anyways, in one of the Christmas specials they were playing, they pretty much used the plot of It's a Wonderful Life and have the kid in the wheelchair be the George Bailey character, as in, oh, life sucks, I'm in the wheelchair, I wish I was never in the wheelchair. And then, hey, guess what? Your wish has been granted, but guess what else is happening? That shit is happening, or whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Now, what I got from my girlfriend, Elisa, from Dr. Netflix. The dude in the wheelchair, I think his name is Artie, Artemis the Rat, Dr. Dre, Andre 3000, Art Vandelay, whatever. He doesn't really have that much of an impact in the show to have all these bad shit happening. You can take him out of the show and, well, practically nothing would have been changed. Maybe a few here and there, but other than that, it wouldn't really affect the show at all. It just seems the creators of the show just want to put It's a Wonderful Life plot in this particular episode because it's Christmas and whatever. And that's why I think It's a Wonderful Life use a plot very effectively. It shows us every moment of George Bailey's life and shows of what an impact he made on the people around him. The reason why George Bailey's brother's still alive because George was there able to save him. The reason why his father's business kept continuing on because George was there to take it and keep running it. And the reason why, and well, when George was a kid, his boss that he was working at the time almost sent out, well, poison apparently, to whomever, and thanks to George, nobody got dead, nobody even knew about it. Like I said, since George was there all those times, everything became very positive. Everything had an actual good impact on it. And when he made that wish to never be born, hey, well, the town has turned to shit. His brother is dead. The boss he worked for when he was a kid, well, he accidentally sent those pills that were poisonous to some schmuck. And George's boss, when he was a kid, was sent to prison and now basically become an alcoholic and a bum. Or, I guess, a bum? Everyone has used It's a Wonderful Life plot to no end. But some of them don't know how to use it all that well. And that what makes this movie a whole lot special since it was the first one to have all these tropes. And using them very well. It knows the do's and don'ts. Yes, I know I'm speaking of a movie that's basically 80 years old. And somehow it knows that like everyone was going to rip his plot. But I'm talking more the context of it. That it was the first one to have all these plot points, all these tropes, and what have you, and do it so well. Before I move on, I want to talk about the message of the movie, which I think is a really good message. See, throughout the whole movie, well, more towards the end, George Bailey, he made a wish of like, oh, I wish I was never been born, yada yada yada. I think the message is, and like I said, it's a really good message, is that yes, we do make a lot of sacrifices. We don't see all the good things around us. Although there are things that we're going to do that later on we are, of course, going to regret them. We should really cherish all the things around us. And, well, George Bailey did kind of appreciate some things here and there, but not fully. And, well, yeah, that's the point of the message. That's the point of the movie. We don't really, stop to think about, what we do actually have. And we don't, that's the whole thing about it. Sometimes we do kind of question, does it all matter? And I would like to believe that, like, everything we do does matter. Sometimes there could be consequences, but other times there won't be. And I think we all should remember that. Everything we do happens for a reason, and whether we may know it or not know it, the reason could be very good. If somehow, we were never been born, we wouldn't have done all those things that led us into this point of now. There's something I do kind of regret here and there, but I gotta say, I'm happy the way I am, and you know what? If all the things I have not done up to this point, I probably would be right over here. Moving on, let's talk about those actors. I gotta say, they all did a pretty good job. the ones that I thought really stand out the most, that's the ones I really want to talk about. There's Leon Barrymore as Mr. Potter. And him playing as Mr. Potter, he's such a dick. Oh my god, he's pretty much the villain of the movie. Well, I wouldn't exactly say like a one-dimensional kind of character, but he doesn't have a lot of depth to him. But like I said, he plays a really great dick into it. It's all subtle about like how much of a prick he could be. He's like the devil, let's say, to that. And he's trying really hard not to be the devil, or at least not have his horn sticking out.
Now, I have stated my side very frankly. Now, let's look at your side. Young man, 27, 28, married, making, say, 40 a week.
45.
45. 45. Out of which, after supporting your mother and paying your bills, you're able to keep, say, 10, if you skimp. A child or two comes along, and you won't even be able to save the 10. Now, if this young man at 28 was a common, ordinary yokel, I say he was doing fine. But George Bailey is not a common, ordinary yokel. He is an intelligent, smart, ambitious young man who hates his job, who hates the building and loan almost as much as I do.
And he's trying his best to convince everybody that he's not. But then he has this magical contract. And he wants you to sign it and tell you all these wonderful things. All you have to do, well, like I said, just sign it. And then, well, he gets a little too, well, you can tell the room's a bit hot. The horn is sticking out. Oh shit, his fucking tail's sticking out. Damn.
Well, what's your point, Mr. Potter?
My point is I want to hire you.
Hire me?
I want you to manage my affairs, run my properties. George, I'll start you out at $20,000 a year.
$20,000 a year?
You wouldn't mind living in the nicest house in town? Buying your wife a lot of fine clothes? A couple of business trips to New York a year? Maybe once in a while Europe? You wouldn't mind that, would you, George?
Would I? You're not talking to somebody else around here. Well, how about the building and loan?
Oh, confound it, man. Are you afraid of success? I'm offering you a 3-year contract at $20,000 a year starting today. Is it a deal or isn't it?
Well, Mr. Potter, I know I ought to jump at the chance, but I just, I wonder if it'd be possible for you to give me 24 hours to think it over.
Sure. You go on home and talk about it to your wife.
I'd like to do that.
Yeah, then in the meantime, I'll draw up the papers.
All right, sir.
Okay, George?
Okay, Mr. Potter. All right. Oh. No, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. I don't need 24 hours. I don't have to talk to anybody. I know right now, and the answer's no.
Like I said, it's a bit of a one-dimensional character, but I think he really stands out at playing a really great dick. There's Thomas Mitchell as Uncle Billy, and he's fun. I really did enjoy his performance. One of his sticks is that, well, he has a bunch of animals, or like he has animals all over the place. I don't know why. But like I said, I do really enjoy his performance, and he's just a really odd of a character, but I really like that. It was fun. Lastly, Henry Travels as Clarence. Through most of the first half of the movie, Clarence, he was more of the voice, talking during the whole flashbacks and what have you.
You sent for me, sir?
Yes, Clarence. A man down on Earth needs our help.
Splendid. Is he sick?
No, worse. He's discouraged. At exactly 10:45 p.m. Earth time, that man will be thinking seriously of throwing away.
But in second half, he does come, and I gotta say, I really like the character. I like the way that Henry played Clarence. talking about how Mark Twain is writing a new book up in heaven.
Oh, Tom Sawyer's drying out too. You should read the new book Mark Twain's writing now.
He keep on mentioning that he's an angel, and that's one thing I really do like. He's so oblivious to the fact that, like, maybe you shouldn't talk about you being an angel in front of people. It doesn't really quite stick to it, but that's what I like about him. He's so oblivious. He doesn't know when to kind of shut the fuck up about some facts here and there. And I really liked it about that, about Clarence. I think the best way to kind of put it is that he's a kind of innocent kind of character, but you can tell he knows what he's doing. And for some of you who may or may not know, I'm a pretty big fan of Supernatural. I love this show. And, well, for some of you who are not really fans of the show, there's an angel on there named Cassiel. And he's a badass of an angel. Really fucking badass. And, you know, I gotta say, the actor who played Cassiel, now it could be just absolutely coincidental, but Cassiel sort of behaves the same way as Clarence does in It's Wonderful Life. And, well, there's a demon on the show named Meg who keep referring to Cassiel as Clarence.
Why are you so sweet on me, Clarence?
I don't know. And I still don't know who Clarence is.
It's one of the things that, like, I wonder, and it won't be a big surprise that, like, if Clarence was a big inspiration to Cass. I know that's like a big praise and whatnot, but I wouldn't be surprised because, well, I mean, how else would you act like an angel? You know, you had not been on Earth of several hundred or thousand years. You don't know what to say or what to say. And I think the way of how Henry portrays Clarence, I like it. And that's it. No one else to mention about. Nobody at all. Okay. James Stewart is absolutely fantastic in this movie. It's something I wish for nowadays in cinema, in modern day cinema. I wish that there was one particular A-lister, whoever it could be the James Stewart of today. What I mean by that is that back in the day, James Stewart, he was, well, at least this is how I recall it. Maybe it's something different I don't know about, whatever. James Stewart, he was pretty much being known as the everyday man, the average Joe, someone you can relate to. And, you know, there's plenty of hot actors or what have you, but I think it should be at least just that one person who's that kind of caliber of James. Or, you know, it could be just me. Anyhow, James Stewart, he's great in this film. No doubt about it. He does carry the movie very well. And like I said before, you can relate to the man every single level. You feel his frustration, regret, happy, and all different emotions. You can relate to him because in some way or another, you're pretty much James Stewart. You couldn't go to college because you have to take off your father's business. You know, you have to save your brother from, well, not really from ice, but, you know, maybe just something to that. You pretty much sacrifice something big that you know for a fact is going to hold you back, but you know for a fact that somebody out there is going to go do much bigger things, but you know for a fact if you don't do what a particular thing you have to do, that particular person would not go out there and fill out their own dreams. And by the end of the movie, you wanted to have, you know, a good drink with James Stewart and talk to the man. Just make sure he didn't upset anybody. He apparently the man get punched. Go figure, right?
The next time you talk to my wife like that, you'll get worse.
Well, you know me. By this time, I have a bunch of negatives to say about a movie or some kind of nitpick. But truth be told, I couldn't find any. The only thing I guess you could say is more of a quirk than anything. It's the fact that, well, I guess some to most of them, but mostly James Stewart playing that role of 20-year-old, and well, at least during the time of It's a Wonderful Life that came out, he was around his late 30s, close to 40s, and like it's nothing bad about it. It's just a little tiny bit odd, and it's like, I felt like it was a bit whatever. Who knows? Different times back then. I guess they're gonna have like a person to play his role, a famous person. I guess I don't know. And nobody cares. I don't care. Blah. Just something to mention. Now there's some question needs to be answered, or not. Maybe. I don't know. Does this consider to be a Christmas movie? Absolutely. Can you watch this any time of whatever month? It doesn't have to be December. It could be October, July, what have you. That's the tricky part. Movies like Iron Man 3 and Die Hard, you can watch them whatever month of the year. Yes, they have Christmas in it, but it doesn't really have to do with Christmas whatsoever. This is to me and me alone, maybe a few people out there, but It's a Wonderful Life. I feel that you shouldn't watch it any other month, any other day, except for the month of December or Christmas. Now, during the first half of the movie, it doesn't really scream about Christmas at all. Again, it feels like you can play it whatever time of the year until the second half. Hey, look, it's Christmas! Jingle bells, silver bell, da 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 da. Yes, I had a lot of things that screaming now, like, oh, look, Christmas! But it's a little more to it than that. It's how everything kind of comes and folded together that become a Christmas movie. It's a Wonderful Life, it doesn't automatically become a Christmas movie. Well, the first 5 minutes, it does seem a little Christmassy. But, like I said, the first half doesn't seem at all to be a Christmas movie. But I think this is where it slowly transitioned into becoming a Christmas movie. It slowly does. It's building up to that. And then by the end of the movie, you feel great. You feel this joyful spirit inside you. You absolutely feel good inside, warm. You have that Christmas spirit and feel really joyous about it. I guess you could watch it any time of the year besides December, but I think you wouldn't get that same emotional impact you would during Christmas. You wouldn't feel that same joyous. You feel good, but you don't feel like really good inside. You won't have that Christmas spirit inside you. There's something about it when you watch A Wonderful Life during Christmas that it feels magical, wonderful, special in some way. And like I said, that's the way I feel. You shouldn't watch it, any other day except for Christmas. But, to each their own. Overall, you should go and watch It's a Wonderful Life. It's a great and classic movie. It's a masterpiece. And it's overall a really awesome Christmas movie. I give it a 5 out of 5. Now, before I give my little send off to everybody out there, I just want to say to all my subscribers, to people who's watching this, whomever, thank you all for. I gotta say it's a pretty good year. I think it's a pretty good year. We reach, I was gonna do like a whatever video, but at least the time of this particular video, we reach 100 subscribers. Woohoo! Yes, we did it. I gotta say it's been pretty good. It's been a kind of experimental kind of year, and I want to thank all you out there who's subscribed, who've been watching these videos. or people out there who've been watching any of these videos. And I gotta say, it's one thing I normally don't say, but I think now I'm probably starting kind of have to, I guess. I don't know, whatever. But I would say, please share, please like, comment, dislike, or you're a newcomer, please subscribe. That's all I'm asking for. Don't have to. It's whatever. May have to do that. I probably shouldn't say this at all. But it's whatever. It's been like I said, really experimental year. Doing center vlogs. Doing movie reviews, and then I had to do Dr. Netflix, and I gotta say, I want to say thank you to Lisa for us doing Dr. Netflix. It's been pretty good, pretty cool. I actually do like it and really enjoy it. I know there's some things here or there, a little flub, a little behind the scenes fuck ups here and there. Other than that, I really did enjoy doing Dr. Netflix with her, and I gotta say, I love you so much, for this year. I want to thank my good buddy Nick. You probably know who Nick is, to the people out there. I want to thank him. I want to thank you, Nick. Thank you very much. I'll give it a big old hug. I'll suck your cock. He's been doing the audio editing on the CSN report. And of course, for those who may know this, that I've been in CSN report for quite a while. He's been doing something, and it's gonna be a very big while until where he's done with all that bullshit. But I want to thank you for taking the time for even doing that. But again, I want to thank him, and also for us, doing something kind of different with Stuff It, and I thank you for that. I want to thank for Saul, for being one of the hosts. Thanks, buddy. I want to thank Mike for being our special guest. Both on Stuff It and also on the CSN report. And again, I want to thank each and every one of you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for giving me an awesome year. What? This is not to like the next 200. We're going above, damn it. That's what we're doing. We're going fucking above. We're going for 1,000, no, billion subscribers. But for right now, for all the loyal fans we have right now, thank you so much. And to the newcomers, I'll please watch more of the stuff around here. Till then, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Leaf Everything Day, Happy Atheist Day, Happy whatever day, Happy Saint Day. Satan celebrate Christmas. Just a happy holidays, Happy New Year. Hopefully, next year it's gonna be something great. Planning a lot of stuff. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do, but we're gonna do a whole lot of stuff. And you know what? Again, thank you all. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful day, morning, whatever you're watching this. Just in general. Thank you so much. And yeah. Thank you.